All right, once we've laid out our sticks, we're actually going to start marking them up and cutting them. Now these two down here, I've made a decision not to cut them. But one thing I want to show you before we get too far into this, this building phase is how you can actually put these together. So let's say, for instance, you wanted a really nice strong bridge, which of course, why wouldn't you? You're trying to build a strong bridge. One thing you could do when you put these together, you can't laminate the sticks like so, but you could put them together like this. You can kind of sandwich it inside two other ones, and you can make a really nice strong joint like that. All right? It's a little hard to hold them together just like, just freehand, but that's a pretty good way to do it. Not a bad idea. You can see there's a gap there, so technically it's not laminating. Okay, so that's an idea that a lot of people have done, and that in my rules code is legal. All right, so we've got some things laid out here. I'm just going to go ahead and real quick show you how to do some cutting. And there's no right or wrong. I'm just going to give you some ideas. If you just want to do what we call a butt joint and glue it up like that, where you're just putting two sticks together, you can do that. It's not a bad idea. It's not weak. It's actually a pretty good joint. But I'm going to show you some little bit fancier things. So let's say I want to cut a nice angle like this, and I want to mate those two together. All right. So I'm making my mark here, and I'm going to put a little X on the outside of that mark. You see that X real small? That X is going to be the side I cut this on. Now, I'm going to take my cutting tool. Here's your saw, which will be in your group's work tray. I'm going to take this miter box, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on the table. Now I'm going to slide this camera back to show you a little how we do this. Make sure before you cut, in your work tray there's going to be a pair of safety glasses. So put those on. If you have glasses on already, your own prescription glasses, see your instructor, and we'll make sure to get you a pair that goes over your existing glasses. Okay, so we're going to make a cut. Now, you'll notice that in this little miter box we have a nice 90-degree cut slot. We have a 45-degree this way and a 45-degree that way. So you've got different options here. Well, I'm going to cut this in a 45-degree angle this way. Now, if I wanted to flip it over, I could do it that way, but my mark is hidden that way. So I'm going to cut it this way. All right, now, you'll notice that this has a little lip on it right here. That goes against the edge of the table, and it helps you flipping up on it. Okay, so it's going to provide a nice brace. Now, to cut this, it's pretty simple. Although it does take a little practice, I'll be honest with you. What you're going to do is you're going to take your cutting tool, your blade. You're going to, you know what, I'm going to show you a straight cut first. Well, let's say we're just cutting off this little knot right here. You're going to put it up against the back fence, it's called. I'm going to hold it with my finger and push it down with some pretty reasonable strength. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my saw in that little groove. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start back and forth, nice and slow. I'm not pushing the table back and forth. I'm just letting the saw do the work. Now notice I'm pushing down pretty tightly with both my finger up here and my thumb. And notice I'm careful I don't have my thumb